Okay, well, so things have really taken a turn this morning. We've come all the way north towards the gate close to Honeyguard because the Mbiris pride have just killed a kudu. Wow, so the Mbiris pride obviously getting their fill from this massive bull kudu that they've killed. And it's just the sound that's happening. I'm quite upset that we didn't come here first early this morning. It just happened so quickly. By the time we heard it, that they'd already caught it while we were sitting with Siseka's kill. So from one kill to the next, we got here, and yeah, it's just been chaos so far. They're still fighting, they're still growling. There's not too much meat left, but this is where it gets really, really scrappy towards the end because it's the last bit of scraps, the odd leg, rib, spine. The Orphan young male seems to be controlling the carcass and claiming it, and it's also fascinating behaviour because if the Tinswalo males were still around, there's no ways that he would be, I think, even contesting for that carcass right at the top. He'd probably have to wait quite a way down. He'd probably be just after the Tinswalo males, some of the older females, but because he's the sort of the dominant male in inverted commas at the moment, he's taking full control of that carcass, so no one's really getting much in. There is a lioness walking around there with quite a bad abscess on her left front leg, I think it was. So I'm not sure what happened to her, if she got maybe injured during hunting or if something's wrong with her. But yeah, it's one of the decent looking lionesses of the Mbiris pride, and she looks like she's in quite discomfort when she's walking around, so we'll monitor and see what's happening there. But for now we're going to carry on sitting here and see what these lions get up to. The young open male still gorging himself on majority of the carcass. He's got pretty much the spinal cord, I think front quarters and the skull, and this massive pair of kudu horns, which we saw him feeding on earlier. And there's a lioness lying next to him. The rest of the pride have dispersed. They're in the rest of the block, scattered around us at the moment. I think they're going to be pretty much lazy, flat cats for most of the day, but there's a good chance that they could go and drink. There's a nearby pan this afternoon, so we'll maybe swing past Siseka's kill on the way home, maybe go out towards it on the way out this afternoon, and then spend time here this afternoon and see what these lions get up to. Okay, so after patiently waiting, Siseka has come back to the carcass. Hopefully she's going to climb up the tree. So there was a hyena behind me, and that's why Siseka was looking the way she did. So while Siseka's just climbed the tree, got a spotted hyena, quite a large female it looks like, that's come here as well, and she's obviously hoping that Siseka's going to drop something out the tree. Let's see what happens between the two. We might get some snarling and growling from Siseka. Okay, so Siseka just dropped a piece of the impala kill, and another hyena just come running in there. He's busy squabbling over it now. Okay, so Siseka has moved her kill just slightly higher. I think she's in a more comfortable spot now. She's not having to balance, and it's almost like trying to hold onto a punching bag that's moving. It's probably the best way to describe what she was doing back there. But now it looks like she's resting and actually lying on a branch. The only thing now is that she can't dislodge the head completely, otherwise it might just fall out the tree and she'll definitely lose her kill. I don't think she'll get it back from these two hyenas. She has to be very careful that she doesn't drop another big piece of meat. Even though the carcass is nearly finished, every mouthful does count, and it obviously contributes to helping feed those cubs. So she has to be very careful about how she balances, and it looks very awkward for her at the moment. So it looks like Siseka's gotten into a much better position, and she looks a lot more comfortable. I think she's eaten her fill for now. She's lying on one of the branches, similar to actually how we got her on the last episode of the Virtual Safari when we pulled up here and she was lying on the top of that branch. Obviously it was the lighting is nothing compared to what it is now. But how much more elegant can you possibly get? Okay, she's moved again now. You can see that tail wagging in excitement. I don't know what she's looking at. She's possibly looking at the hyenas down below. Okay, so Siseka, after all of that moved, she moved out of the tree that she was in with her kill. I think she got onto the ground and she might have been harassed by some of the hyenas. There's about four hyenas now at the moment here. And she's just climbed into a slightly less comfortable tree. You can see how she's just lying there. Somehow leopards always seem to make things look easy. I know that I wouldn't be very comfortable in a tree like that. And I think there's a good chance that she might move and come down the tree. Let's see what she does. Okay, so Siseka's just gone off into the long grass now. We've just lost visual of her. And I think that concludes this virtual safari. We are going to head out first thing tomorrow morning. I've got a sneaky feeling that after she's had her fill on the carcass, I think that's where she was this morning when we first went to the carcass. She was gone, and I think she possibly went off to go and feed the cubs. So we're going to try the old den site where we've originally seen the cubs. We haven't seen any sign of the cubs or her in that area for the last few times that we've checked. So we'll try there again tomorrow morning, and maybe our luck pays off. But really epic virtual safari. Obviously started this morning quiet, and then it just took off with those Mbiris pride that killed the kudu bull, and then pretty much a quiet day out after sitting with them, and then our luck paid off once again by being patient and waiting for Siseka. So I hope you all enjoyed that one, and we'll see you tomorrow on the next episode of the Virtual Safari.